Hey guys, how's it going? It's Ollie here from CryptoVest.com. Today is the 3rd of September and we're going to be looking at Bitcoin trading against the US dollar. We have a 4-hour candle chart in front of us, and finally Bitcoin has had a good week. We're up 7% overall. I think we peaked at 10%. We start to correct back down again, but bulls are showing really good sentiment in the market right now. The rest of the altcoins today have actually taken a bit of a dip, and I think Bitcoin is now just slightly under in the red right now, but we're still doing pretty well. And that's kind of been going really well because the bears have just opened a massive short position at the start of the month on September 1st. There was a 10,000 BTC short position placed, and bears have just been able to squeeze that out and continue to squeeze out these short positions as we're going forward. Tether has very conveniently issued another 100 million USDT tokens back into Bitfinex, and that's really helping sort of push this bullish momentum forward. So as you can see, we kind of we fell into this ascending wedge pattern for pretty much most of August. And these are typically bearish continuation patterns. They came in from the top, they usually bounce and then they break through. And the fear was that we would end up back in this sort of danger zone between the $5,800 mark and the $6,000 mark, this sort of psychological level. But thankfully, the asset was actually able to break out. And what happens usually when bulls break out from these sort of patterns, particularly wedges, they usually break through, find the first resistance, the main resistance, and then they throw back to the original resistance, but use that as a support. And it just so happened here that the support it found actually coincided with the upper resistance of the sort of first resistance channel ahead for it. I actually published this pattern a few weeks ago, but I wasn't entirely sure where it was going to go. It looked like it could actually break bearish. There was a golden crossover between the 50 and 200 EMA lines, but as you can see around here, it doesn't really. With Bitcoin, it's really hard to predict. It doesn't always act like a typical asset. You know, if you do have a golden crossover, you can't always be assured that it's going to just start pumping. And as you can see here, back in July, it had this crossover, pumped fairly well, and then it just sort of came crashing back down again. So here, I wasn't entirely sure. I thought this pattern would play out bearish. But as you can see, over the course of the few weeks that followed, it actually followed pretty perfectly to this line. So that's where we're at right now. It's pushing on. We can see we've actually found resistance now at this second resistance level at $7,325, I think the actual mark is. And bears have really started to up their offense. If we look at this over 2 hours, probably a bit closer. Yeah, so you can see that the wicks actually broke through this main resistance channel. We were looking like we were going to push through, but then bears have started to launch their offensive and really push down. You can see we had this huge buy candle, and then it was just forced back down again. But what has happened is now that we have decreasing lower lows and highs, we actually have a bullish pennant forming, which is a very good sort of continuation pattern. It's just collecting right now, and we've got this consolidation point. But bulls should start to be pushing on again soon, and you know, with where this pennant is placed inside this resistance channel, it's looking likely that the momentum should actually carry us out of this, and then we can finally start looking at maybe testing this downtrending resistance of the pattern that Bitcoin has been stuck in since the start of January, where the sort of predicted, forecasted breakout point is around that $7,500 mark. That's obviously if bulls can keep up their offense. If you look at the shaker money flow indicator, we're actually dropping, selling pressure is increasing, we're actually below the zero line right now. And looking at the RSI, we've come out of the overbought region and are starting to return into the middle of the channel. So momentum is starting to decrease slightly, but that could always be a good thing. Sometimes momentum decreases as bulls start to collect and then they suddenly surge again. And actually being inside the channel is a good thing. You want to try and keep in there so you've got room to maneuver if you do want to break out again. So things are looking quite good. So for the full T8 guys, you want to head over to CryptoVest.com. The link will be in the description, and please like and subscribe. Thank you.